I started doing the tutoring stuff. That started paying more than like the jobs. I live very close to a very rich high school, the one that Obama went to in Hawaii.
Okay.
Like
Obama's
president,
high
yeah,
school.
Obama's high school. Yeah. That's the canonical name for it. And I just put up a ton of tutoring flyers and would like tutor the rich kids. Tutoring the rich kids, by the way, is just finishing their comp sci homework. I posted all over the internet that I was teaching tutoring computer science, and I checked it beforehand. There were like no tutors on Oahu for comp sci, so that was kind of weird. But so I made like multiple different websites and Craigslist posting, pretending to be different companies and different people, but they'd all funnel back to me. Like for a very short time, I had a monopoly on all the tutoring jobs on Oahu.
Why did you feel the need to be different companies?
So I felt like I would catch more work if someone goes to one company and they say that one doesn't look good. They'll go to the next company. Checkmate, asshole. They're both me. And that led to the funniest fucking thing ever. One of the companies was just Michael Reeves tutoring, and I was tutoring a guy, and sometimes I get really bad at responding to people, and I tutored him for a few sessions. He was a nice guy. Right. But I like stopped responding to his shit because I don't know, I was like playing League of Legends or something in my little shitty room, and so I wasn't responding, and I got a ping from one of the other companies that he was looking for tutoring at another company.
Got it.
And so our next tutoring session, I was like, hey man, were you on codetutors.com? That was like the fake shell company. I was like, and he was like, yeah, man, I was like checking it out. It's like, yeah, well, that's me. I'm also that.
You told him?
Yeah, I told him.
What was the reaction?
He's like, oh, that's weird. And he kept taking lessons from me still. Yeah, I felt really good. Yeah, it was a weird time.
So
I've had some bad ones.
It's
though.
my first year. I'm just interviewing for a bunch of positions. And I was terrible at coding back then. Like, absolutely terrible. And they want me to write a function. If there was 100 lockers, write a function to go through each one and like check something. So I wrote a function, but it was just for locker 1. And they asked me, okay, how would you repeat this 100 times? And the right answer is you just write a for loop.
For loop for like 100 with 100.
Repeat it 100 times.
Yeah.
I said,
man,
just copy and paste it. Just copy and paste it 100 times.
That's like in the classroom where they're like showing you what a for loop is for. They're like, are we just gonna copy paste it 100 times? Of course not. We write a for loop. So that happened in the coding interview?
Yeah, in the interview. And then they're trying to make me get it. They're like, okay, that is...
But how could we make it more efficient?
They say, what if we want to do it for 1,000 lockers? I said, just do it.
That's some good shit. Yeah, I've had my fair share of bad coding interviews. When I moved to Oahu, a different island than I grew up on, like I went on like the websites to get a coding job interview, right? And so I was applying for this job, and the job description was for a C# developer, which I was at the time like very familiar with. I didn't know this, but in Hawaii, this was very embarrassing. They like the formal attire is like a Hawaiian shirt, like tucked into like casual pants. Okay. That's like what you go to work as in Hawaii for any like high level, like any place where you have to dress fancy. You dress like that.
Okay.
Yeah, like the mayor, the fucking governor dresses like that. So I walked in with a full suit and tie, and
okay,
like I walked in and I sat down, and everyone was looking at me weird because one, I look like I'm 15 years old, and two, I'm in a full suit and tie. And they're like, okay, you're ready to apply for the Java position. I was like, no, I'm ready to apply for the C# position. And they're like, no, this is an internship for Java position. And I was like, no, it's not. You didn't tell me this. This was on the resume. It was C#. It was so sad because I left and I didn't have a car. And so I like walked home to my apartment on the street in a full suit and tie in like 90-degree Oahu weather. It's the most sad shit I've ever experienced. I went back and checked, and it was for a C# developer, and they just misposted it. And the saddest thing was, the job application was for a company that helped other people get jobs. So they fucked up their job app. Yeah, it was like one of those like middleman companies.
So the middleman fucked up.
Yeah, the people who help people get jobs fucked up their job application.
So the instructions are simple enough. Return the sum of two numbers. So it's just adding two numbers together.
Got it.
What language is this?
This is JavaScript. I think you go back to instructions and you can go there. Yeah.
Okay. C++.
For you, C++. Okay.
Just gonna wait a. Oh, yep. C++. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Int addition. Int A. Int B. So
keep in mind, I don't know C++, but I think at this level it does not matter.
So this is the type of.
Yeah, that's the type of the thing you're returning. Yeah.
So we're returning an integer.
We are returning an integer.
And the A and the B represents the input.
The inputs.
So
the two inputs.
Integer input A, integer input
B. Yeah.
So if we say there's another integer C, which equals to A plus B, we just return C, which is A plus B.
That is, yeah, you can do this.
And
that would
check.
work. And it would just say there's like
Give a moment. Oh!
And you get the test passed.
Now, for efficiency's sake, let's break this down from 2 lines to 1 line.
All right. Okay,
so
getting a little fancy with it.
Defining C, we simply just return A plus B.
Which we put in a C before, and now we can just return this value.
Yeah, just go straight to the solution. Does this work?
And they really run a whole gamut of tests over this.
Yeah.
Or the internet's bad.
Straining their back end.
What is A plus? Fuck, you took a line out!
I wonder if like... Oh, no, we got it. 5xp. Okay.
This is kind of gamified. Say how hard was this?
Let's just stay...
Oh, you're gonna say it's very... That's gonna raise our elo toast. We're gonna be in Challenger for this
MMR
site.
on this website.
Yeah, I don't want to be radiant on this site.
Did you practice with stuff like this when you were
No, God no. It was more like doing a stupid projects on my own was the most helpful thing. So I started teaching myself like in high school, and one of like the first projects I remember is a program that took a chunk of text and like replaced certain letters with the word come. So I'd put like Shakespeare in, and it'd be like, give it the letters you want to be replaced, and then give it the letter you're going to replace it to. So it was always come, the second one, and the first one would be like the word the. And I'd put in like Shakespeare's thing, and I'd be like, he come doth come to my house, and look out at the windows, come in. And that was the entire program. Not a lot of people know this, but seconds in minute is equal to 60. And you don't even have to...
Wait, shouldn't it be minute in seconds?
How many minutes are there in a second, Toast?
Minute in like seconds. A minute in seconds is 60 seconds, right?
There are 60 seconds in a minute.
No. See, you're thinking like in the minute. Like there are 60 seconds in a minute.
Right.
But I'm talking about like a minute, but in seconds. How much is that?
Oh, like the converse. Like
yes.
Yes. Minute, but in seconds.
Yes.
This is more me saying like what I want to do to our minutes number. So it'd be like sec in... Love how it in minutes times minute. Oh no. And we can simplify again to 60.
Wait. No. Oh, wait. Okay. I get it. Okay. So the argument on the variable name didn't matter. You passed.
Yay!
I used to work for a bank, and I was coding their internal website. It was
epic.
Really boring. And I didn't really know what I was doing, so I ended up just finding a template on like
HTML kind of template.
Yeah, codejungle.com where you can just pay $5 for a WordPress template and just replace everything with their logos.
There's some stonks shit. They pay you more for it. Oh, I did that same shit doing freelancing for sites. I just go somewhere, get some. I didn't even have the decency to pay the $5. I just get a free template, copy paste it, and change it to their name.
Were they happy with it though?
Hell yeah, they were happy with it. My customer service was great. I had a very bad problem where I was doing like full stack development for a college, and I would change stuff on the back end. Like I'd hook stuff into the database or do data processing, and she'd be like, why has nothing changed on the front? Why has nothing changed on the page, Michael? And I'd be like, lady, it's because I'm changing stuff in the back. But she's like, yeah, but why isn't it changing stuff on the page? She didn't understand that you could do code that you didn't see. Like she lacked like object permanence. Like if you went like this, she'd be like, where'd you go, Michael? It's fucking crazy.
Whatever list you have updated. Wait, we need to define.
Yeah, something to keep track of the list.
Boomer list.
Get a list of boomers.